Good morning, everybody. Matt Modi here with another episode of the Dong Report. Of course, the Dong Report being where I give out my favorite MLB home run picks of the day. And if it seems like I'm extra smiley, have an extra pep in my step this morning, it's because yesterday was an incredible day on the Dong Report. So I technically had 8 picks total for you guys. One of them just ended up being refunded, ended up not playing. That would be Ellie De La Cruz. So of the remaining 7, I got 4 of them to hit a home run. Just an incredible day yesterday. I got Marcell Ozuna correct. I got Jazz Chisholm correct. Randy Arozarena and Bobby Witt Jr. All 4 of them hit a home run for us. So just an amazing day we had yesterday. Getting 4 to match obviously means a very profitable day. On the entire season, that brings our round robin specific profit up over 16 units. Now, I recently just started making the official Dong Report a round robin. I've been doing this like maybe 4 or 5 days now. Yesterday was by far the best day that we had, but overall, these round robins have been on fire. I started doing them officially on June 22nd, and then I started just kind of carrying that over to the official Dong Report. What I used to do was just find 3 guys specifically and play them straight up. That wasn't really successful. As you can see, the down over about 12 units on the entire season specifically from doing that. But since we switched to the round robin, it's been phenomenal. So amazing results there. If you're new to my channel, I would appreciate it if you could subscribe, like, and comment this specific video. And then I do have a Dub Club where I send all my plays out for $5 a month. Dub Club is just a service where you can get guys like me, get their plays sent directly to your phone. $5 a month gets you everything I'm playing. If you're interested, check that out. If you're not, no harm, no foul. Let's get into today's dongs. Another 7 players on Dong Watch for today, starting with Juan Soto. He is number 1, our first player to hit a home run today. And I'm just doing these in odds of shortest to longest is how I go about the order. And I play these as a round robin times 2. I should have mentioned that as well. I put all 7 in a round robin on FanDuel. I play times 2, and I risk total a little over 1 unit. It ends up being like 1.05 units risked. So that's how that works out. Go put all these guys in a round robin times 7. Put like whatever amount ends up being 1.05 units risked total. Sorry about that. So anyways, back to Juan Soto. We went with him yesterday, and while he did not hit a home run yesterday, he had an amazing game overall. Pretty frustrating that he did not hit a home run, but he had 5 total bases. He had 2 doubles and a single yesterday, 3 hard hits total. His average exit velocity was over 100 miles per hour. He crushed the baseball. He just could not get one to go yard. He couldn't quite get the launch angle high enough, or I guess under it enough, to get it out of the ballpark. But just crushed the baseball. Normally, when Soto has games like that, he does end up hitting a home run. So I'm not really concerned with the fact that he didn't hit one yesterday when you look at how good he was. And he's got a great matchup today against Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola, not as bad as he was last year, but does have an issue with allowing home runs. And Soto has had a ton of success against Aaron Nola in the past. These two have 11 at-bats against each other over the last 3 years. Soto's batting .455, so that's 5 hits, 1 home run, 1 double, and only 1 strikeout against Nola. So Soto should be able to get to him once again today. And honestly, if you just wanted to take 4+ bases, I wouldn't blame you to be a little bit safer, because 4+ bases would have cashed yesterday. Now, the odds aren't going to be as good because it's safer, but because it's safer, it has a higher likelihood of hitting. So however you want to play it is up to you. I only play these as home runs, but I do like to give people the option. Next up, we're heading to the Mariners versus Red Sox game. I'm actually going to take 2 players in this game, 2 lefties, Jarren Duran and Rafael Devers, both of them to hit a home run. I really like both of them because they're left-handed hitters, and they have a really good matchup against Luis Castillo of the Mariners. So I'm just going to combine them into one write-up. I will say, it's really stupid, but with FanDuel, if you're doing a round robin and 2 of the players are in the same game, you need to place that bet separately. And I'm actually going to have 2 situations where we have 2 batters in the same game. So what you do is you go to FanDuel, you go to the round robin, you place all 7 guys as normal, but then for Duran and Rafael Devers specifically, you have to place an same game parlay of just them 2. It's really stupid. It is what it is. It doesn't take that much extra work, but I do reminder that if you don't place them separately and they both hit a home run, then you won't cash that. Just want to let everybody know. So looking at Luis Castillo here, if you just look at his raw ERA, you're going to say, oh, he's a pretty good pitcher. He's having a pretty good year. And that's true, but his advanced stats show that he's getting a little bit lucky to have the ERA that he's having. And he's also much, much worse against left-handed hitters. That's why I wanted to target 2 lefties, 2 good lefties for the Red Sox. He's seen 31 fewer at-bats against left-handed hitters, so he's seen 31 more righties. Despite that, 10 of his 15 home runs allowed have come against lefties. His home run per 9 against left-handed hitters is 1.59. That would be like bottom 5 worst in the MLB. Against right-handed hitters, it's only 0.61. It's dramatic difference between righties and lefties. And it's that way across the board. You look at any metric you want to look at, his splits are much worse against lefties. The biggest one, hard hit rate, goes from 36% against righties up to 44.2% against lefties. That would be one of the worst numbers, the worst hard hit rates in the, excuse me, that was his fly ball rate. Fly ball rate goes from 36% to 44.2%, and his hard hit rate goes from 26.5% to 35.3%. So two pretty dramatic differences and two pretty important stats for home runs. I'm looking at Devers and Duran. He predominantly throws fastballs, Castillo does. Both Duran and Devers smash fastballs. It's one of their best power pitches that they hit for power, I should say. So I love both of them to go yard today. That's our second and third pick. Fourth up, I'm taking Ketel Marte of the Diamondbacks to hit a home run. So this one, it's really just a play against him going up against Patrick Corbin. And he's also much better against left-handed pitchers. So it's both of those together. Now, it's kind of funny. Everybody was on Ketel Marte the last time he played Patrick Corbin this season, and he was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. He's had a horrible game. Prior to that, he had annihilated, just crushed Patrick Corbin. I mean, he had 2 home runs, multiple doubles, a really good history against Patrick Corbin. And then somehow his last start against him, literally 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. That's more of an outlier than anything. For whatever reason, he just wasn't having a great day against Patrick Corbin on that day. But overall against Corbin, he's been much better. And as I mentioned, he's much better against left-handed pitchers as well. So it's kind of like a not a double-edged sword, 2 sides backing our argument of taking Ketel Marte today. And he did hit one yesterday. Granted, it was at the end of the game, so it wasn't like against a starter or anything like that. So there is always the concern from people because they just went yard the day before. What are the chances they go yard 2 days in a row? I don't look at that a ton. I more so just isolate how good they've been performing over the past week while isolating the pitcher batter matchup as well. And as I mentioned, this pitcher batter matchup is incredible. So I'm comfortable going to Ketel Marte. Next up, next game where I'm going to have 2 batters. Both of them play for the Twins. I'm taking Royce Lewis and I'm taking Carlos Santana. Both of them to hit a home run. So this is another separate same game parlay that you will need to place. Annoying, it is what it is. We deal with it. So for this one, what we're doing is we're fading Sean Manaea of the Mets. Manaea is kind of similar to Luis Castillo, where like if you look at his stats, he's not having a horrible year, but definitely due for some major regression. And this is definitely true of Manaea, way more so than it is of Luis Castillo. So looking at like Manaea's stats, his home run to fly ball ratio is at 9.6%. That is the lowest number of his long career, and it's the only time currently that it's below 10%. So like if the season ended today, this would be the only year that he had a home run fly ball ratio below 10%, meaning how often do fly balls turn into home runs? That's 9.6% is really good. He's also having the lowest home run per 9 of his career as well, 1.02, another pretty good number. But you look at his numbers across the board, do not show a pitcher that should not be giving up a lot of home runs like he has been. His hard hit rate, 40.8%. That's the 15th highest hard hit rate allowed in the MLB. His barrel rate, 8.5%. That's the 24th highest hard hit rate allowed. Launch angle of 15.8 degrees, 20th highest. And his average exit velocity of 89.2 miles per hour is the 22nd highest in the MLB. And this is not me saying that he's terrible. He's not one of the worst pitchers in the MLB, but he's definitely not a pitcher that should be having as good of a year, specifically in the home run department, than he has. And then going from left-handed hitting to right-handed hitting, he's a lefty pitcher, so you want to target him against righty hitters. His fly ball rate goes from 29.3% up to 46.2% going from left-handed hitters to right-handed hitters. So kind of similar, just the opposite handedness. I knew I wanted to target 2 righties against him. Now, Royce Lewis, we went with him yesterday. He did not come through for us, did not have a hard hit, did not have a great game, but when he's been healthy this year, he's been on fire, and he just hit a home run 2 games ago when he last played on Saturday. He got the day off on Sunday, and then he didn't hit one yesterday. So one bad game, I'm not going to be completely scared off of taking him to hit a home run. And then looking at Carlos Santana, he has a really good history against a fastball and a slider, which is the 2 most common pitches that Manaea throws. So Santana you're getting really juicy odds all the way up. FanDuel's pricing at plus 600. Whereas Royce Lewis, you're still getting a pretty good price at plus 440. Granted, that one is best offered at Caesars, whereas I play these on FanDuel. So if you wanted to play him straight up, Caesars is giving you the best price. But across the board, FanDuel has the best odds when you combine everything together. So that's number 5 and 6. And remember, those two need to be placed separately. And then our last play for today, Tyler Fitzgerald to hit a home run. Another play that's priced at plus 600, and this one is kind of crazy. The fact that it's priced at plus 600 when you look at how hot he has been. Now, maybe he's cooling down. Maybe it was just like a random blip where he was on fire. But since the MLB returned from the All-Star break, he has hit 7 home runs. That's in 11 days. He's hit 7 home runs. That ties him with the most in the MLB, ties him with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I mean, obviously, if someone's hit 7 home runs in 11 days, their stats are going to be good. But like, he's just crushed the baseball. Barrel rate of 25.9%. And that stretch, that's the 6th best barrel rate since July 19th, which is when the MLB returned from the All-Star break. Now, looking at his season, he wasn't an everyday player, only played in 45 games, and he only has 128 plate appearances, so it is a small sample size. But when he's played, he's been awesome. And especially recently, he's moved up to 3rd in the batting order, is what he's batted for the Giants recently after being at the bottom of the order to begin the season. And he has a really, really good matchup against J.P. Sears of the Athletics. Now, Sears is already a pitcher that you want to target, a dong-the-ball pitcher, which is what we like to call him. But he also throws the types of pitches that Fitzgerald crushes, which are fastballs and sliders. Granted, I mean, the faster the pitch, generally the best home run hitters are going to have good stats against them because the faster the ball comes. If you hit it, the farther it goes, which makes sense. But very, very confident that Fitzgerald is going to come through for us today. As one of our juiciest plays, we got 3 plays at plus 600 today in Fitzgerald, Santana, and Duran. So hopefully, I mean, if we get multiple of any combination of these guys to hit a home run, then we will be profitable. Any 2 hit a home run, and we're going to be making money for the day. Anything more than that, we're going to be really making money for the day. So let's hope that we can get Juan Soto, Jarren Duran, Rafael Devers, Ketel Marte, Royce Lewis, Carlos Santana, and Tyler Fitzgerald. Combination of them to hit home runs. And reminder that I play these on FanDuel round robin ×2 with 2 players in the same game needing to be placed separately. So you're going to have 3 total bets placed today. The round robin, which it's technically going to be for 0.95 units. And then you're going to put 0.05 units on a SGP of Duran and Devers and an SGP of Royce Lewis and Carlos Santana. That's all we got. I appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Dub Club if you're interested, all that good stuff. And have a good one.